Hi guys, today I've got my LAPIS LAZULI drawing. At last, it's edited. If you follow me on Instagram, you'll know that this I drew this last week, and it's actually got the most likes on anything I've ever uploaded to Instagram, which is crazy because I wasn't even that impressed with the outcome. But thank you so much, guys. It's just amazing. So yeah, I had this idea to do lapis shaped in her sort of gem on a big piece of paper. I really just wanted to draw galaxy stuff again. Like I have these cravings to draw galaxy and space themed skies. And yeah, so I thought maybe we'll draw lapis because I don't draw lapis that often. And so this is how it came about. And Lapis's tower in the Steven Universe soundtrack is probably my third favourite track on the whole thing. Like in terms of like each gem's sort of soundtracks, she's like pretty much up there, mostly because the music reminds me of Super Mario Galaxy, which is one of my favourite video games and soundtracks of all time. So I'll talk a little bit about the drawing. So at first you see me sketching lapis and the gem shape onto a piece of paper, and this is just Daler-Rowney Simply. It's A4, it's like 95 GSM, it's just super thin paper, and I use it just purely for the drawing that goes underneath when I'm tracing. So it's cheaper than printer paper, and it saves my printer paper. Yeah, so I traced it onto 14 by 10 inch Langton hot press watercolour paper, which is what I used in my two previous drawings actually, the Ruby and Sapphire and the Garnet one. And I then masked off the area around the outside with masking tape, and then I used a craft knife to cut into it and get the shapes out. And this is really fiddly and really annoying, and yes, I know I could wear I don't want to wear it. I could use masking fluid, but I don't like masking fluid that much. I've heard it's quite smelly, and I've heard it can really ruin a piece if you leave it too long, and I think I just prefer masking tape overall. I have 2 lots of masking tape, and unfortunately I used the wrong one on the edge of this, and so a little bit of the surface of the paper came off on one bit, and I'm so upset. So because I've got some really low tack stuff for things like this, and I'm like, I can't believe I used the wrong masking tape. So there's that's an issue with masking tape. And then I just sort of wet the inside and then put the ink on and sort of just like let that play, and had a look at it, and I thought it's too wet, so as you can see, I used a sponge to sort of start blending it, and I felt like I was too conservative with the colours again, so next time I'm going to be a lot more daring, I think, because I'm actually going to do another piece like this. I have one more planned at least, which is Pearl in her spacesuit, and I'm going to do an oval shape like Pearl, and then there's a possibility there's going to be Garnet as well. I'm not too sure, because Garnet's gem shapes would make a house. So yeah, I'm using Diamine ink here, which you guys know is like my lifeblood at the moment. It's my favourite, and the quartz black dries quite light as well, so I do apply quite a few coats of it, but it's just, I love that quartz black because it's not pure black, so it's really, really nice to use as a really dark grey instead, and it doesn't affect colour too much, so that's good. I also mixed some of, you can see those little tiny pots there that I've got, and they have mixed inks in them. So to save me like wasting ink when I'm mixing it or potentially diluting other inks with different colours, I got these tiny pots that are like 3 millilitres capacity. Got them on eBay. They were about £2. They were so cheap, and I just mixed a few of my colours together to make more colours. So for example, I've got orange now, and I've got some other types of violet and other things like that. And For the stars, I normally use a toothbrush, but I've lost my toothbrush. I don't know where it is. Like, not my actual toothbrush that I used to brush my teeth. Like, I have a painting toothbrush that I used to flick paint on. So I tried to use this makeup brush thing, like, for eyelashes, and it didn't work. And I was like, oh my god, this is so bad. So I tried to fix it with just dotting ink on, and no. I've done better space backgrounds before. So yeah, you can see there it's just peeled a tiny bit of the surface off, and it's really annoying. I mean, it doesn't make it look too bad, but yeah. I wasn't actually going to sell this, but so many people have asked, like, is it for sale? Can I buy it? When's it going for sale? And yes, fine, they'll sell it. I was only just going to put it in a folder, and it's on my store envy now. So go and check that out if you're interested in buying it. There could be prints in the future, but if there's going to be prints, they're not going to be for several months yet, because it will be a convention sort of thing. Yeah, so the original will be for sale now when you're watching this. Every time I draw a lapis, she seems to sell very quickly, so yeah, the water area here was like my favourite bit to paint. And doing her shadow, I looked at the way that the shadows are drawn at this particular moment in the show, and I saw that it was all blocky, and I really liked that, so I emulated that because I thought it was really, really pretty. Trying to think what else I can say. I guess I'm going to be doing an update vlog soon about like where I am in my life and stuff like that, so if you've been following me on Patreon, there's a little bit on there sort of like updating on what's happening in my life, but it's not in depth, so there will be a vlog. And I'm trying to think what else can I say? Oh, I'm also selling the garnet that I drew in my previous video, the cotton candy one. That's also on my online store actually, because I've got nowhere to store these giant drawings that I'm doing, and they're only going to get like either put to one side and potentially scuffed. I don't have a folder to put them in. I could put them in a folder, but I'm not really, like, I'm not going to look at them forever. Like, I don't do that with my artwork. I just put it in a folder and, like, don't look at it again. So I suppose if it's going to give someone else happiness, then, you know, you can buy it off me. So here I'm peeling off lapis, and there was a few bits that unfortunately, I think there's one on her skirt that ate into her, and I don't know how it happened. You could just see it there. There must have been the tiniest little line of air, tiniest little pocket that ate into it, and I was like, oh, are you kidding me? But I'm getting used to this masking thing. I do have some Frisk film, but it's on a roll and I don't like it, and I don't know. I've used it before and I'm not terribly a massive fan of it. I think if I had sheets I would use it more often, but I don't want to spend any more money on it when I've got like rolls and rolls of masking tape anyway. I have to use masking tape in my business, so yeah. So I was just fixing up lapis here. Like, obviously her nose didn't work very well, so I had to draw that back in. Thankfully it didn't like eat into her face. There's worse things that could have happened, that I would have just chucked it out if it had gone that wrong. Oh gosh. So I used Copics for her body, and yeah, that was fun. I realised I'd coloured her foot. I was like, oh no, she needs to reflect, so I had to go in with the Colourless blender. And yeah, so I think that's pretty much all I've got to say. I don't really have much else, and I guess thank you for watching my videos. If you like this, then please check out my Instagram, where I post works in progress and final pieces. Also check out my Tumblr. I've got work on there. Where else? I'm on Twitter, and I regularly post to Twitter. Actually, I'm a bit of a Twitter holic. I'm not so much on Facebook, but yeah, Twitter, Instagram, sometimes Tumblr. So if you want to check me out on any of those, like, the link will be in the description. And yeah, just as always, thank you so much for watching my videos, and leave a comment below. And yeah, I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!